What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. TFD here with another update. And today we've got a fresh Caitlin Clark injury report coming straight out of Indy. Let's get into it. Caitlin Clark injury update. Caitlin Clark has been out of action for a stretch now, sidelined by a left groin injury. Fans have been eagerly awaiting her return, but as of today, there's still no official word on when she'll be back on the court. Fever head coach Stephanie White spoke to the media and gave us the latest. Clark has been participating in semi-live shooting drills and some 3-on-3 work, but she hasn't gone full speed in practice or joined live defensive groups yet. The team is being extra cautious, prioritizing her long-term health and making sure she's 100% before she returns. She's not a fan of minutes restrictions. If there's going to be a minutes restriction, maybe we'll hold her another game. But it's evaluating her again in the morning, seeing what she's done in however many days there have been of more loading, and making a decision from there. Coach Stephanie White. Indiana Fever's recent performance. Even without Clark, the Indiana Fever have been on a roll. Back-to-back wins. The Fever took down the Minnesota Lynx 74-59 and dominated the Las Vegas Aces 81-54 in their last two games. Teams stepping up. Players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston have been leading the charge, showing the team's depth and resilience. Upcoming games. Next up, the Fever face the Los Angeles Sparks tomorrow. After that, they'll take on the Golden State Valkyries, a team that got the best of them last time, but with the Fever's current momentum, a different outcome could be on the horizon. Clark's practice footage. There's been some buzz online with new footage of Caitlin Clark back in the gym, knocking down logo threes and getting shots up. While she hasn't been a full participant in recent practices, specifically before the Aces and Lynx games, she's clearly ramping up her activity and staying close to game shape. As of now, there's no confirmation that Clark will suit up against the Sparks, but the Fever are playing it smart. The team is thriving, and Clark's return will only make them stronger. Stay tuned for more updates, and shout out to Tony East for keeping everyone in the loop with the latest practice footage. All right, y'all, as you just saw in that clip, Caitlin Clark is clearly working her way back, man. She's out there grinding, doing everything she can to return to that starting lineup. Now, the media got a chance to speak with some folks earlier, and we're going to jump into that. But first, I'm going to skip ahead real quick. We're going to check in with head coach Stephanie White first. Then we'll circle back and hear from some of the players. Let's not waste any time. Here's what Coach Steph had to say. Roll that footage.
I know that it's like a very commonly thought of as a high-level archetype, but Lexie being a 3-and-D kind of player, how much does that help with you with versatility that you can insert that kind of player into basically any lineup?
Yeah, it really helps because you're right. She's like a plug and play. You can utilize her with lots of different matchups on the floor, lots of different teammates and rotations on the floor. You know, she's improved in her ability to get to the rim. She's a great off-ball cutter, so she's not just a traditional 3-and-D. But you know, her versatility, especially defensively, allows us to utilize her in a lot of ways.
When you think about versatility, you talked about going smaller recently, maybe bigger when Damaris comes back. How much of that is experimenting, practice feel? How do you get a feel for how to actually best use versatility on a game-to-game basis?
Well, I mean, you know, we had ideas about and conversations about it in the off season, but you don't truly get a feel until you get a feel for who can play together, who can play well together. You know, who it looks like can play well together on paper doesn't always manifest itself when it comes to the analytics and the numbers. And so it takes a sample size. So, you know, the hope is you get Dee back and, you know, you get C back at some point and you finally have a roster, right, that gives you an opportunity to do that in a larger sample size. I mean, we've had, you know, players in and out with Sophie and C in and out and Dee in and out. So we've been able to manipulate some of them, but not at the full scale of what we're probably capable of.
You mentioned C, so the
yeah.
daily update question. What was she able to do today? Do you have any anticipation that she might be available tomorrow?
Well, we went through semi-live shooting drills. I mean, it wasn't really live; it was semi-live shooting drills. Still hasn't gone full speed in a practice or a live defensive group, but she's been getting some 3-on-3 work, you know, on her own. So, you know, I think the biggest thing is, you know, she's stated she's not a fan of minutes restrictions. If there's going to be a minutes restriction, maybe we'll hold her another game. You know, but it's evaluating her again in the morning, seeing what she's done with, you know, however many days there have been of more loading, and make a decision from there. But again, you know, I prioritize the long term her long-term health and wellness, and making sure that when she comes back, she's 100%.
Aaliyah talks about giving herself more grace this season. How do you feel like her giving herself more grace this season has contributed to her success?
I think it helps her not get in her head. You know, she's a type A perfectionist, and she wants everything to go right all the time, and so she's hard on herself. And sometimes when your greatest strength sometimes can be your greatest weakness, and being hard on yourself allows you to become great, but sometimes it also hinders your opportunity to get out of your own head. So I think giving herself grace, allowing herself to go through that, feel that, recognize that, have awareness of it, and then let it go, has really helped her bounce back.
So basically, what Coach Stephanie White is saying here is that Caitlin Clark isn't trying to come back and be stuck on a minutes restriction. And honestly, that lines up with what Caitlin herself said during her last injury update. She made it pretty clear that she's not down for playing limited minutes. And that right there might be the reason we haven't seen her suit up yet. From what we're hearing, she could be available to play, but under a cap, probably around 20 minutes or so. And Caitlin? She's not with that. Big respect to her for standing firm on that. She wants to be out there fully, giving it her all. And hey, you gotta admire the mindset. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out.
The defensive growth you guys have had these last two games, where do you feel like that has come the most from? Whether it's a practice focus, something you're doing better, where do you feel it the most?
I mean, that's been a focus all year, but I think it really just comes down to us going out there and playing with effort and energy and flying around and trusting each other. And in practice, that's been a main emphasis. And we really just, I think, are buying into helping each other, help each other, help each other, help each other. And that, I think, translates on the court.
I remember Sid said this a few weeks ago. Kelsey said it last night. How much do you feel like your success on defense is helping your offense?
It's huge. It makes, I mean, when we're playing good defense, it loosens us up offensively. We get good shots in transition. We wear out the other team. I mean, really, I think our game starts on that side of the floor, and then everything else comes from that.
You've had midseason teammates join in the past your time here. Ari seems to be, to me at least, the one who's been the most impactful right away. What do you feel like she's done to do that for you guys?
I mean, she's been a steal for us. She's bringing everything that we needed. Energy offensively, energy defensively. She's fit into the system seamlessly. And we couldn't ask for more from her. She's doing everything on both ends.
We talked a lot about giving herself grace. Why is it important for a top talent to a player like her to give herself grace? I mean, the internal and
yeah, I mean, basketball is a game of up and downs. It's not a flawless game. It's really hard to play a flawless game anytime. And I think as a group, we know that we're not going to make the perfect play. We're not going to make the home run play every game. And just trusting that we're going to get better, and we have trust in ourselves and in our teammates that it's okay to mess up because we'll get it back. And especially, for great players, don't play for perfect games. So that's just the moral of the story.
Is there just kind of a sense maybe in the locker room that like some of the success you've had over the last week could prove to be your big breakthrough, kind of maybe a turning point for you guys for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all feeling good. I think the energy's high. Really good win in Minnesota. Had a chance to celebrate together. I think that only helps our chemistry. All that stuff off the court definitely fuels us. We're having fun with each other. We're having fun together playing. So I think it is. I think this is a good moment for us. And, especially we're playing without one of our best players. So to do that in those circumstances, we're really just proud of ourselves.
Is it a little added with having this 5-game home stretch of really trying to capitalize with the momentum from the past couple weeks with this stretch of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, every game this season is important. It all matters a lot. I mean, you're seeing across the league, the standings are moving every single day. So every game means something, and I think for us, just buying in at the game in front of us, focusing on that, and hopefully take care of business.
They've just been an innate sense of moving on, but who was important, you feel like, from a leadership perspective, in going from the celebration, champagne everywhere night to okay, the next day you have to be focused, practice, ready for things. Who do you feel like was an important leader in that transition for you guys?
I mean, I think there's a mix. I think everyone's coming in with a level of focus every day, just right now knowing that, we do have a target on our backs and making sure that we're locked in on everything we're doing in practice. But I think we're taking that energy that we have, that fun, that lightheartedness into practice, because at the end of the day, this is a game. We want to have fun, and I think we play our best basketball when we're playing free and having fun and being joyful and playing together.
Now, if you watch the full video closely, you'll actually see Caitlin Clark practicing right behind Lexie Hull. And let me tell you, she's in full practice mode, man. No holding back. She's out there launching a bunch of logo threes like it's nothing. Straight splash city. It's clear she's getting back into rhythm and trying to ramp things up. So yeah, even though she hasn't been officially cleared to play just yet, seeing her move like that in practice, that's a really good sign. So all in all, it's clear the Indiana Fever are turning a major corner, and Lexie Hull's insight really shows what's driving this team right now. From defensive focus and full team effort in practice, to trusting one another and staying loose yet locked in. This squad is growing, maturing, and straight up grinding through adversity. Even without Caitlin Clark on the floor, they're finding ways to win, stay connected, and build momentum. The chemistry is real, the energy is high, and this 5-game homestand, it might just be the launch pad for something big. If they keep the same mindset, focused, fearless, and fun, the rest of the league better watch out. Stay tuned, Fever fans. Things are just getting started. And don't forget like and subscribe for daily updates.